second annual session.
All right.
And back in 1892. These are the minutes. These 16 pages.
All right.
And the pages were so old and
It's hard to get
brown and crackly, about to tear up.
Yes.
So we made copies of it, and you see all of this on here.
Yes.
When I carried it to the place to have it done,
Yes.
when I went to pick it up, the man that owns it, mother was there, and when she went to give it to me, she said, "Oh no, he cannot send this out like this." I said, "But you have not seen what I gave him to."
Oh, yes.
So, but anyway.
So he did a good job.
He did a good job, and we have the original
All right.
kind of we laminated them to
All
preserve
right.
them.
And what do you highlight right there?
The highlighted area where these people were focusing on the value of education.
All right.
And this is a black group of churches.
All right.
And they felt like education was so important. And because we didn't at that time have a real school in this area, they wanted to start a school so that the ministers and the leaders of the church could, someone could come in and help them to become more educated than the followers.
Okay.
But anybody that wanted to attend could.
I see.
And they started off in churches back in, this is 1889.
All right.
When the school was really started.
All right.
But here they're talking about purchasing these 18 acres of land
All right.
that at one time it was the Baldwin County Training School.
Oh, yeah.
At the beginning it was let's go over here.
Okay, I'm coming.
At the beginning, back in 1889,
All right.
it was the Eastern Shore Missionary Baptist Academy.
All right.
Then, and these are some of the buildings that have been on this campus.
Oh, okay.
That building was here, but it was before my time.
Oh, okay.
My sisters remember this building, but it was destroyed by fire,
Oh,
before my time. But this building, that, and this is the one we are in now.
Oh, okay.
And this one, and that one.
1927? 1941?
Yes, they were all here when I started.
Wow.
How many total were there? Just one?
One,
One building?
no, at one time, all of these.
Stood
Well,
on.
when I started the school, this building was here, this one, this one, this
Wow.
one, and that one.
So you started it?
I started the school here in 1946.
Wow.
Wow.
But because it had gotten so hard for those old black people
Yeah.
to keep the school up and hire teachers, they decided that since it was a private school,
Yes.
the state did not help to fund it.
Oh.
That they would deed the land to the Baldwin County Board of Education
Oh,
and let it become a public school.
I see.
And these are the minutes from that meeting where they were deeding this land to
To the
the Baldwin
1916?
1916. And they had purchased this land in 92.
All right.
Then in 1916 it became the Eastern Shore Industrial School. Then in 1927 the Board of Education decided to name it the Baldwin County Training School.
I know about that. I went to the Otaga County Training School, and a man came and explained to us why they said training school, because they didn't want the blacks to have a name high school. So they called it training school because that was more technical. And so the white people were more accepting of allowing black children to go to a training school. They didn't want them to have the same name, a high school, like the white children. He's a historian, so he talked to us on Black History Month about why the schools were called training schools.
And that problem is true. But we always said that they decided they would name us the training school because they thought maybe they could not do anything but train us how to do manual work.
Yeah.
But
that's
say
the same thing, you know. See, they didn't mind it being called training because I said technical, but they felt, you know, we were the ones who cleaned
Like
and
Booker
cooked
T,
and,
right?
And we kind of laugh and say, but we fool them.
Well,
Right.
Yeah, we had really good teachers.
We did.
We had
really
excellent
did.
teachers.
And
some of them didn't get paid
yes.
much money.
This building was, the principal lived on this side. The agriculture teacher lived over here.
Oh.
Upstairs was the boys' dormitory.
Oh.
Because at one time, this was the only high school in Baldwin County
Wow.
that a black could get a high school diploma from.
Oh, wow.
Excellent.
So people from all over this county came here
To go to this
to school. And the girls lived upstairs here. This was the cafeteria.
Okay.
And a classroom was in the back.
Okay.
And this building was what we are in now. Used to be our home economics
Home economics.
and agriculture building. On this side was for the ag. On that side was for the home ec.
Okay.
And this was our main building.
Oh, wow.
But by the time I started, they had added some wings onto it, you know, to make it larger. This was my 4th grade classroom.
Really? Yours? Where you went? Oh, wow.
That's where I attended the 4th grade. After I left, after I graduated, they added this.
How old were you when you had that class? In
She says her
1941?
you're in 4th grade, you're like...
No, her, you, because you say you graduated.
In 1957.
Okay.
I finished in 57, and I was 16.
You finished what?
High school.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
I was born in 1955, so that was just a couple of years.
Okay. Now, over here, anyone who ever attended
Yeah.
this school, after it became a public school, name will be found on this wall,
All right.
on these walls. This lady, Eliza Johns, Johns, she was my 4th grade teacher.
Oh, wow. Elijah.
And this lady, Mary Jones, was my mother's sister.
Oh, wow.
And this, they started keeping records in 1918 and 19.
My
And,
mom was born in 1919.
and there was, just a few students. And then here,
More.
there was more. And we sometimes think that it may have been because of the season. You know,
Okay.
how the crops were. If the
Oh.
crops were really good, a lot of children had to stay home and do
Okay.
Oh, I see.
Okay.
And then I started the school here in 1946 and 7. Gottfried Austin.
Okay.
And because my cousin had started a year before me and would bring those 1st grade books home. And when she was reading, I was reading.
You were reading it too.
So
That's why I
I-
let you graduate at 16.
So they
They skipped you. Right?
skipped me. And then, well, anybody, okay, right here,
So, AG is your married name.
my married name. But now here, that's my mother's name. And that's the
Eliza.
only time that I have found her name on this wall.
Oh.
But now she
That was her
attended
year?
she attended school before it became a public school.
Okay.
And see, they're not broken up into grades.
I see.
This is everybody that were in
Everybody
school that
was
year.
in school.
And then down here,
Wow.
this is our,
A projector?
yeah,
Wow.
and this is our, hey, these are some of the tools like the ones that the boys learn to use.
Wow.
Okay. Saws and hammers. I grew up on the farms. I know all these things.
And
Shovels
and different ones. You know, we've collected items, and a lot of people, you know, had old items and things that they shared with us too.
Why is that desk, that table like that?
Because when someone put it up, they did not.
Oh,
they
well,
didn't
that's
have
all
to-
right.
Mhm.
Okay, I thought it was to show something from back then. Yeah, we use all of these things.
And so
My
I
dad.
think Rosa
Picks
explained to
and
me
scales.
that, well, can you tell me? So people got educated beginning here and then came back and taught here. Did they go north? Did they
Wow.
go to the university and come back committed to teach the children?
Well, some of them did, and,
Uh-huh.
and many of them did that stayed here
Mm-hmm.
because that was about the only thing that we could really do.
Control.
At Black.
Yeah.
You know, we
yeah.
could teach in the Black school
Yeah.
if we had gone to school, gone to college.
This
Right.
is the plow right here. Do that.
And so
Plow wheel blade.
So the school expands and becomes public, and so what happens then after that? With civil rights, integration, and all that, way down the line, how does
Remember
it
this kind of ruler.
how does it function?
Okay. What happened?
Yes.
It stayed and we'll go back up and look
Okay.
at that. But these are, let me
Look at
tell
the
you this.
projectors.
These are projectors.
Mm-hmm.
And a principal, well, I think maybe his last job, he may have been a supervisor. But he said when he went to a school in this county to be principal, he found these items up in the attic.
Oh.
And he just didn't have the heart to throw them away. But he really didn't need them or want them.
Right.
But they, you know, he just thought one, you know, he kept them.
That
And
was
then when
good.
he heard of me being here,
Right.
he called and said, Miss A.G., I have, and he told me what he had.
Oh.
And
Ye
they
bright.
brought him over to us.
Okay. And that's the typewriter.
Was
Yes.
he Joe Coleman?
Yes.
All right.
I started out on a typewriter older than that, you know, with the keys raised up
You see
high.
one.
Oh, okay.
And why are the doors raised over here, like 2 feet off the ground?
Oh,
These
they
are,
might have been cabinets or something.
no, these are our air conditioner.
Oh, your air conditioner. Oh, okay. She
All
thought
right.
it was some kind of.
And see, but now when we were here in school, this building was not all chopped up like it is. You know, so many different rooms.
Yeah.
They were larger
Yeah.
area.
I know.
But
I see, like a one-room house or something.
before
Oh, there's one right.
before we started the museum, this had been used as the office for the school. And that was because we had grown so much and they needed more space. And, you know, we had gotten to where we needed counselors and first aid and all that.
Right.
And so when we got it, when they made it the museum,
Yes.
it was already chopped up like this. So we decided we would use each room. Oh, come on.
No, thank you.
Okay, over here, we
Says-
we fixed this up like a dormitory room.
Oh.
And these are some of the items that we think may would have been used in the dormitory.
Who is that lady?
That's Bonnie Perry. Her mother was my 8th grade teacher, and she was a terrific 8th grade teacher.
Oh, okay.
Bonnie was a twin.
Oh.
She has a twin brother, and her mother and father were deceased. But when she finished high school, she went into the service. She came home and was living with a relative, And one night she was just died.
Oh, yeah.
And,
She died.
and they this picture was found, you know, in that cousin's house,
Right.
in her aunt's house.
Right.
And he brought it up here and gave it to me.
Oh, wow.
And, you
It's
know,
a beautiful picture. Beautiful girl, isn't she?
over here,
She just died. Wow.
and I don't remember exactly what happened when that's coming down.
Look at
But-
this is what I learned on Originally Evil.
I told you you find one.
I know.
Okay, these are pictures of some of the
seen that.
students that
Yeah.
actually lived in the dormitory.
Did they live here
okay.
Monday through Friday and go back home on the
No,
weekend?
they live here like August to November.
Wow.
You know how you go off to college.
Oh,
well, how
August,
Yeah.
November, then you go home for Thanksgiving.
Uh-huh. And this young lady, right here, she came by when we was getting
Minnie.
started with the museum, and she was just came by to take a picture of this building because they were tearing down our old school.
Oh, okay.
And then we were here working, so she came in. And when she found out what we were doing, she went back to Atlanta. And she's now retired, but at that, well, she may have
That's
been
a pretty
retired then,
picture.
but she had been the head librarian of the Atlanta University.
Oh, okay.
And she called me and she said, Gatrell, I still have my typewriter that mother bought me when I was living in the dormitory.
Oh, wow.
And I still
You
have
had
the
to
little,
sling that thing back.
Yeah.
Every time you get to the end, you have to
Right.
sling it back.
That was her
still have
sewing.
the little sewing machine that she bought me to make my clothes.
Oh, wow.
Because, see, they didn't get to go home.
Oh, yeah.
Often.
So she had to make her
Right.
clothes. Now, that's something.
And so she wanted,
It's in good condition.
So
And
she
her mama
donated.
bought it.
she donated these.
Wow. That, and with comb and brush, lady girls. And
And these are
yarn.
some of the items you
A
would
little
find.
thing to hold perfume. I got a thing to hold perfume, but I can't find a perfume that you can pour in there because they all, they all.
Oh, spread.
Very rarely can you find one that you can pour in there.
And so, have you had reunions, class reunions? Wow.
We've had reunions. Well, okay. I'll
Let's
go back up here.
All right.
Okay.
Should we turn off the light?
Oh,
Turn off the light. Yeah, I did. I grabbed it.
This is our athletic room.
Right. Okay. Whoa.
And these are some of the pictures and things that young man finished high school in 1960. He finished from Tuskegee. He came back here to teach. And he was also the coach.
Oh.
And these are some of
Beautiful.
his classmates
Oh.
when he was in school, and that's when he was coaching.
He was coaching.
And one day a storm came up.
Statistics. He's reading statistics.
One day a storm came up,
Yes.
and the boys were out on the field, and he was getting them. He got all the boys off the field and trying to get the equipment in.
What?
That equipment,
Lightning struck.
He died.
He died.
See, he was trying to get the boys in, but then he tried to get the equipment in. So the equipment might have had some metal. Or
Wow. I'm
something.
sorry.
And this is,
This is the old bathroom.
mhm.
It's made square.
But now,
Oh,
when I first started school, we did not have those type of bathrooms.
Oh, yeah, it was outside.
Outside.
Outhouse, I know.
So
So they were very good in sports. You had basketball. The Wolverines.
we are the Wolverines.
The wolf.
We are the Wolverines.
Okay.
Whoa.
Well, this is a funny story. At home, we had an outhouse, but by the time I went to school, they had the bathrooms inside. So I was in the band when I was in high school, and the band director was telling us how practice makes perfect, and that you must practice, practice, practice. So I played an alto horn. So we were a marching band, playing James Brown and the National Anthem on the field. But we were also a concert band where we would go and compete with other bands in Montgomery and Florida. So he told us, he said, one thing you can do if you feel you disturb your family, go in the bathroom and play. was thinking the bathroom, the outhouse is where we went, right?
Mhm.
So I was thinking of going all the way out to the outhouse to play before I realized, because it's smelly in there, right?
Mhm.
Before I realized I was saying he lives in the city and their bathroom is inside. So for children who had a bathroom inside, that might not be a bad idea to go in the bathroom and play. But for me, that would have been terrible.
Terrible.
But that was the funniest thing. I said, oh, he said, go to the bathroom and play. Because he wanted us to get that practice in.
Mhm.
Because, you know, the more you practice, the
Practice
easier
make
you can
perfect.
hit those notes, you know.
So they had gentlemen's sports and women's sports equally, right? Track women, track men, basketball men.
Now, that track came after I left.
Okay.
Basketball, we had basketball both.
It was
But I don't remember us doing track when I was here.
okay.
But we had majorettes.
1946. You said 1947 you graduated?
No, I started
50.
to school in
You
1946.
started to school in 1947.
How old were you when you started it?
I was 6
6 years old?
when I started.
Everybody
Oh, you started school. I thought you began
No,
the
she mean
school.
elementary school, right?
You also were an alumni, a student here.
Yes.
And when did you come back to, keep the school museum going?
Well, okay. What happened when we integrated? They changed the name of our school from Baldwin County Training School
Yeah.
to Daphne Junior High and a lot of different names.
Yes.
And I guess all of us was so wrapped up into our jobs, our families. So we integrated in 1970-71
Mm-hmm.
was the first year that we were totally integrated.
Okay.
But it wasn't until 1991, that a group of us decided that we wanted to make sure the values and spirit that had been instilled in us by this school, the faculty, the principal, and the community would never die.
Mm-hmm.
So we decided to, we started a foundation called Heritage Fest 91 Foundation. And we wanted to start giving scholarship to descendants of students that had attended here.
Yeah.
So we said we were going to have a all Baldwin County training school, that which would include any students who ever attended here, whether they finished high school or not. Anybody who had children here, whether they attended or not.
Oh.
The whole community could just come.
Mm-hmm.
And there were some people that said it couldn't be done. But the young lady that started it with me, we said it was count the people, my family and my friends, her family and her friends. We probably have about 100. So we made reservation at the Marriott Grand Hotel in Point Clear. I don't know.
No.
And started that